Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Layrus, Jungle Gate, blue team, couple of Imperial Guard players. First up is Dark Riku's Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support fighting in melee combat begins with a refractor shield, can shoot his own fellows in the head to make him fight harder. We've also got Likebeat as a Lord General. Fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers. Really strong defense and support can also add to the retinue. And rounding off this team is Big Mathis with a big old Hive Tyrant. A durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Lorenzo. Red team is Space Marines all the way down. It's Princess Deng as an Apothecary. Support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura alongside NobleDemigod as a force commander, a versatile frontline hero bringing offense and support. And rounding off the teams, Inakura and a Techmarine. Starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee loadout, supports with structures and repairs. On the western resource lane here against Dark Riku's Lord Commissar, eastern VP, contested VP lane is Deng versus Likebeat. But Big Mathis has rotated across to help out. Noble capping up the mid, which can be useful. Now needs to be careful. Apothecary's off the field, Scouts off the field. Still some tactical marines though. Needs to try and time this push alongside these tacks folding back in. Double termagants by the way for Big Mathis. Some more guardsmen for Likebeat. Just a sentinel up for Dark Riku, taking a bunch of damage here. Some repairs going in. Lord Commissar tying up those tactical marines, but they're still getting shots away. Popping their Kraken bolts. Kraken bolts gives 20% more damage versus heavy infantry, which is what the Sentinel uses. Heavy infantry armor, that is. Can it survive here? Good special from the Lord Commissar. Expect this fella to get the power sword up. It's just really good. Back towards the east side. These tacks being chased back. Force Commander off the field. Apothecary back onto the field. Our Force Commander's got Artificer armor already. Was that the first power purchase? I guess it was. Blue team pushing quite well. Expect the Space Marines to suffer a little bit in the very early engagements here. Generally the case. Especially when they're facing a bunch of melee, which they weren't really here. Dark Riku now has Catachan Devils. Force Commander's back onto the field. And look at the push from Lorenzo. The Hive Tyrant now runs away. I think Big Mathis has judged it well. Yes, he has. Allows Likebeat to come and forward cap this wreck point here, or decap it, I guess. Oh, he's going to go for the cap, is he? No, he's not. Force Commander was here. Took a bunch of damage, the Lord General. He probably went in to tie up those tactical marines, it's right. It was very brave of him. In the lore, of course, they just punch his head off or something. Oh no. Derek has died, I think. Or is it Nigel? Maybe it's Nigel, you know. He's cheeky. Yeah, it's Nigel. Derek's alive. He's on the right side, you see. Look. Derek's on the right, Nigel's on the left. Now you know. Who's this? Scouts being all sneaky-like, decapping wreck points. Tactical Marines taking back that power that they lost. Now an assault squad in play for Princess Deng. Disrupting the retinue, who now quickly take the garrison, maybe, do they? Yes. They are in there. Flamer coming in from those tactical Marines. They can burn out that garrison and then move on and burn down the gens, I guess. Through the middle is NobleDemigod. Got double tax in play here. That should be pretty solid, especially alongside the disruption of the Force Commander to keep these Hormagaunts busy. Over on the western resource lane, Mastercrafted Bolter is in for Inakura's Techmarine. Running into the Catachan's explosive. Some good damage there. Sentinel's going to stomp him, is he? No, doesn't have it. Does not have it. All the attacks going into melee with him. Devastator's in play now. Sentinel needs to keep moving. That improvised explosive wasn't enough to deter them. It's double Catachans for Dark Riku. Warrior Brood with a Barbed Strangler for Big Mathis. Devs for both NobleDemigod and Inakura. Both went double tax into devs. The Princess, of course, with the assault squad in amongst some poor guardsmen back there. This guy does have the ground pound. Maybe used it already. Grenade, and now a flamer on the garrison. Bad news for that heavy weapons squad of Likebeat. Flamers do extra damage versus enemies in cover or in garrisons. Stomp comes in. Is it enough to save them, though? Even if they do get out, the assault squad will take them, I think. They're just trying to get some last shots in. They don't seem to be firing. There we go. They fired a little bit. But they got burned to death, just roasted in that garrison like beat. Now goes tier 2. What's this? That's a bunch of pressure from Inokura. The attacks get away with 2 models each. Maybe lucky to have 2 there. There's those double catechins. Catechins are really versatile. Can disrupt. Go into melee with some power melee damage. Support with a smoke shell. Fully kitted Lord Commissar here. Power sword, carapace, and the aura of discipline to help keep those catechins ticking over. Devastators tearing their weapon up and moving away because they know the catechins could disrupt them. Still giving chase here. They could just use their their grenade launcher to knock them over and try to get into melee here. No, they're turning around. Inokura should just defend his power. Over on the northeast corner, power bashing is going on, but it's against the blue team. Some good old flame attacks while the assault squad runs interference here. Sentinels very low, now getting repairs. Apothecary, no war gear for this fella. Here's a flank though from Big Mathis. Got a warrior brood with that barb trying to suppress stuff, and here comes Lorenzo, the Hive Tyrant, with extended carapace to charge down the enemy devastators and stuff. Scouts run. Attacks gonna need to run, I think. Yes, they do. Didn't drop a model though. Good little assault there from Princess Mudeng. Through the mid. Scouts onto the natural VP of the blue team. And on the west side, it's pretty even going. Looks like red team will take this mid-map point here. Double catechins getting suppressed. There's a disruption. But can they make it count? Grenade goes in. Very nasty grenade. Might need to retreat there. Retreats one of them. Gotta be careful of that approaching in a blob from a corner when there's grenades around. Those scouts also with a sniper rifle. Triple catechins for Dark Riku. Here's the 3rd squad of them. Gotta try and bring one in from the side maybe. I mean, you can't. It's risky because you can get caught in the middle by something else. Devastator's in the middle there. On the east side though, assault squad for NobleDemigod. He went double tax Devastator's assault squad in tier 1. That's a lot of stuff. Level 1 force commander. Apothecary also level 1. Techmarine also level 1. Do you have any levels? No levels on these heroes in tier 1 yet. There's tier 2 for Mudeng. Attacks there down to a single model. I think they'll be okay. Apothecary getting stuck in now. Into some termagants. Assault squad onto those guardsmen. Those guardsmen have plasma guns there. So they're actually quite a threat to Marines, which is why they're being targeted early. Assault kit stormtroopers as well. Hotshot las guns with extended range and a nice frag grenade. Are these guys alright? Lorenzo's in retreat path. I couldn't get an attack though. Couldn't get an attack. 36 hit points. I think just one hit may have been enough there from the Hive Tyrant. Some decapping going on. The Sentinel can decap points, but he can't cap them. Look what happened over here. Techmarine. Oh, he was trying to turret, I think, over here, maybe. Maybe. 437 to 287. Zoanthrope on the way for Big Mathis. 2 to 1 cap. Full power bash here and a decap, I think. Give some XP to these guys. We have the sniper rifle up for the Lord General and Black Jacket for incoming. Incoming just seems way better than stabilizers, right? So I think stabilizers heals you for like 30 hit points, which doesn't seem like a lot. Maybe it's a lot for guardsmen, I guess. But having 30% damage resistance and immunity to certain types of knockback seems amazing compared to a little bit of healing. But maybe it is dependent on stuff, so you could potentially heal a lot of units with it. But you could potentially buff a lot of units with this as well. Sentinel's in big trouble. Big trouble. Goes down. That's Dark Riku's Sentinel now. Has Guardsmen and triple Catechin Devils. Maybe some Lord General players out there can let me know how they feel about stabilizers. I feel like I don't see it that often as well. If you compare it to Battle Rights, which gives you... I know you shouldn't cross-compare war gear and stuff across factions, but Battle Rights gives you a 60 heal over time. And lowers your cooldowns of stuff, and gives you Is it health and energy regen? It gives you a lot of stuff. Stern Guard veterans on the field for Deng. The princess sitting pretty over there. Everyone in tier 2? Yep, everyone's in tier 2. Tyrant Guard called in by Big Mathis. He's got 2 of them. Called in one and purchased one, I imagine. That's a really quick start to tier 2, eh? Straight out with Zone Thrope and double Tyrant Guards. Good luck with that, red team. Tyrant Guards can mess up Space Marines until they get Plasma and stuff rolling in. Really good against assault squads as well. Some special attacks there from the Tyrant Guards. Another one going off there. Those guys run away. Tyrant Guards do heavy melee damage with a splash on hit too. I think it's a 15 damage splash. They do attack quite quickly too. You'd expect them to kind of do slow, lumbering melee attacks. But they attack quite quickly. Kind of like Ogryns. You expect them to attack slowly, but they hit you pretty fast. Stern Guard are trying to stay in play. Las Cannon's getting hits. The Stern Guard could switch to Vengeance rounds to try and shoot down these guys with their super heavy infantry armor. You can also get plasma guns in, of course, as I mentioned. Tyrant Guard's doing a good job initially. We'll see how the red team responds to them as we go. Zone Thrope backing off. This is an artillery creature, providing some health regen to allies around it, well, Tyranids around it. And a nice area of effect attack that doesn't hit allies. Assault squad jumping in there, a big blob of infantry. Trying to tie up those plasma gunners. These guys popping Kraken bolts for some reason. Won't affect the light infantry there. Won't affect the Tyrant Guard either. Will affect the warriors. Should have saved it for those fellas maybe. 367, 247 on the west side. Patterson just ate a plasma cannon shot, I think. Here comes another one. And another good hit. Those guys had to retreat to avoid perhaps some death. 367 to 239. Rotating across to the side is Big Mathis assisting Dark Riku. Those guys fighting a Techmarine. And he'll beat them pretty easily. I think there's like... I think he starts with 18 DPS melee. I'm not sure if the Mastercrafted Bolter changes that. Didn't tell me in the tooltip there. It might put it up to 22. He's going to try and bash power now, but here comes Big Mathis. This guy in shield wall mode. Shield wall gives him vehicle armor and some health regen, but he can't move. Dreadnought on the way for Inakura. What's Riku's next purchase going to be? Does he have Sarges on these guys? Sarges on all of the Catachans. This guy's got a melter gun. Techmarine runs away. We've lost indicator for him. I guess he was in the garrison, ready to meet anyone that came out of base. Scouts capping Eastern VP, and these guys bashing power. 367, 218. Dreadnought is up. Oh, it's a Manticore on the way for Dark Riku. Not expecting that. He could park it in the mid and hit a lot of stuff. Should reach this VP as well. No war gear for the Apothecary. Force Commander fully kitted now with a Power Fist. That'll take down everything, including a Tyrant Guard. And a Teleporter pack. But down he goes. He's not going to be able to take on 2 of them with a Crushing Claws Hive Tyrant, who's now got a warp field, by the way. Lorenzo runs off. Those Tyrant Guards can be very vulnerable when they're not in Synapse range. They slow down a lot. But I have the Synapse on the Warrior Brood and the Zone Thrope there. Is that more Stern Guard? Yep, more Stern Guard for NobleDemigod. Force Commander needs a revive. Who's over here? Nobody's over here to help him yet. There's the Dreadnought of Inakura with an Assault Cannon. Bad news potentially for the blob of Catachans, but they do have those Melters. The Melters are good versus all targets. Tyrant Guard trying to go in and tie that very dangerous Assault Cannon up. There's Electroshock Grubs as well. Slowed it down. Can they finish it? Melters aren't really able to keep up. There's the other Tyrant Guard coming in. We are getting some repairs. Oh, I think it's from Blessing of the Omnissiah. Repairing all allied vehicles, which is only the Dreadnought at the moment. Global ability of the Techmarine. 316, 218. The march of the Tyrant Guards continues as a charge. Techmarine now personally tried to keep that guy repaired. I think the Termagant's just wiped. Yep, some Termagant's just wiped. Not sure where the Cormagaunt's wiped a long time ago, I guess. Devastator is doing what they can, but the Tyrant Guard doesn't care about suppression. Manticore keeps them busy, makes them run. Here is that Manticore. Has the Storm Eagle. Does it really buff the damage by that much? Because I think it doesn't it start at like 140 or 160 or something. Kassakin on the way for likebeat. Zone Throat runs away. Tyrant guards munching through those assault marines. The sergeant died. And here comes Lorenzo, the Hive Tyrant, with crushing claws to munch some more. Oh, he stops attacking him. He seems to get a little bit confused there, Lorenzo. All these guys getting buffed by the sniper rifle fire on my target, which is why there has those light yellow glowies going on. Oh, something capped this, look. We're having to cap it back. Double Stormtroopers going east side. Oh, double Stormtroopers and Kassakin. That's a huge amount of firepower for likebeat. Not to mention the Plasma Guardsmen. All buffed by this. Tis a lot. 232, 218. Very close on the VPs, actually. One decisive engagement could turn this game over to either side, I feel like. Dreadnought's nice and healthy still. Kassakin, they are loading up with plasma guns. These guys are limited to one. Very powerful squad. Bunch of grenades, fast capping. They move quite fast as well. And they can change their specialized gun whenever they like, their specialized weapons. That's a good Manticore strike on those guys and a nice flank by Big Mathis, tearing through squads. Remember what I said about a decisive engagement? NobleDemigod just had a rough time there. That could have been the decisive engagement. The Princess just got some Terminators though, and is taking the east side. Those Terminators will do a great job here actually, because they'll kill these Guardsman infantry very quickly, racking up some inspiration buffs. Triple Tyrant Guards now for Big Mathis. Who needs tier 3? We do have double plasma attacks for Inokura. They will do very good damage to the Tyrant Guard, but of course that's until they get into melee with them. Hive Tyrant. Is he going to hit level 5 off this revive? There we go. Level 2 Lord Commissar for Dark Riku. Flash over Steel. Can only hit one of them with that though. Now he's got to fight 2 other Tyrant Guards, the Force Commander. They're backing off. Some plasma coming in. Electroshock grubs on the Dreadnought. To the Dreadnought backing up and creating a bit of an awkward angle here. Force Commander giving chase. Can they take out one of the Tyrant Guard? Double Catechins now. Assault Cannon Barrage is quite nasty. Who's capping? I guess the Apothecary is capping east side. Is NobleDemigod's Dreadnought. Oh, he's getting a multi-melter. How fun. There's marked target on the Tyrant Guard. That's going to help take him down as well. From Signum Armor. And the Techmarine himself has a plasma gun. Very, very good plasma gun. Fury Tower from Infestation. Boosting speed. Big Mathis getting out. Did really good work there. Really good work. Kept the red team pinned back alongside Riku. Lord Commissar back in place. In base, I should say. And we got some Zone Thropes coming in for Big Mathis. As I said, who needs tier 3 apparently? Vanguard Veterans up for Deng. And likebeat with Ogrins. They may become Bullgrins here in tier 3. Have Weapon Squad for Dark Riku, a good shout, I think. There's those double Zone Thropes. Assault Cannons, they go rack up kills even faster and get those inspiration buffs going. Although Big Mathis and these Tyrant Guards aren't really good targets for the Assault Cannons. All of them in vehicle armor, shield wall mode. There's that multi-melter though, such an awesome weapon. Short range, just anti-everything. Aim for one, says NobleDemigod. I think he means focus down one of the Tyrant Guards. Looks like they're focusing on this left guy. Las Cannon's getting shots. Everything they can is getting shots. But it's all it's a bunch of its plasma damage, so it's not getting through the shield wall very well. 190, 197, big fight brewing here. Tyrant Guards waking up, or 2 of them do. Dreadnought's backing off. This guy's getting very low. Focus Warp Blast Zone Thropes for a big threat to that guy. Is he going to go down? I believe he gets melee resistance with the multi-melter, right? I think so. He bloody should. Lorenzo's gone down, by the way, look. The Dreadnought survives. Lord Commissar trying to get him. He's got 1 hit point, down he goes. The Lord Commissar goes down, but that's a worthy trade, I think. NobleDemigod is trying to save him with a drop pod on the Lord Commissar's face. Got some Stone Guard in. The other Dreadnought also falls. Rocket run. From likebeat, I think. Double cap now for the blue team. Are they turning a corner here? Ogrin's just tore something apart. What was that? A scout? Poor bastard. Those guys have heavy melee ripper guns that they just smack you in the face with. Still the double cap. Red team are getting their natural back, and all 3 Tyrant guards are still up. Over 3,000 hit points at level 3. Pretty nuts. With a self-heal. Well, he's losing retinue members. He's trying to revive Lorenzo, the Lord General here. Zoanthropes can try to focus fire on one of these squads of Tax and Stern Guard. Tyrant Guard are just going in there. Lorenzo's back up, throws his shield in, and goes to work. Here comes a massive wall of fire from likebeat. Where are those Kashyyykin? Are they in there? Yeah, they're in there. Still got those plasma guns. 190 to 101 on the VPs. Blue team pushing. Red team are taking the east side back. It was some fast capping tax. And now the princess turns around. It's got the customized Stormbolter. Can use that to shut down the Hive Tyrant or the Lord Commissar, maybe with full auto and an orbital. That's just to stop them from capping, I think. And it works. VP defended. It's not going to be the most devastating nuke, but the VP was not decapped. 2 to 1 now for red team. Back into it. Can they start building on their tier 3 as Space Marines often do? Whirlwind in play for Deng could be an absolute genius move, or it could go down almost immediately. We'll see. Gives some really good disruption potential from long range. And the Hunter-Killer missile will be useful against these Tyrant guards. Big Mathis still refuses to go tier 3. There's NobleDemigod going tier 3. Does he just want more Tyrant guard? There's marked target. Big Mathis forgot about this guy. Well, he goes down. Not sure what that was all about. Now he goes tier 3. Into Carnifexes, perhaps. I think a Neurothrope would be great here. Some massive infantry armies they are facing. But I mean, a Stranglethorn Cannon will also be pretty bloody good, isn't it? Especially when you're facing a bunch of plasma. Since the Carnifex will shrug that off decently well. There's Electroshock Grubs on the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind does need to be parked to fire. Zoanthrope trying to finish it off, maybe? With the Focus Warp Blasts. There's one, and it was enough. Down goes the Whirlwind. Techmarine has also fallen. Now Princess wants a tank. Speaking of tanks, here comes a Lemon Russ from Dark Riku. Doesn't look like we're going to see Terminators anytime soon. 140 to 101, 2 to 1 for the red team, but can they hold on? East side is turning blue momentarily, looks like. Vanguard veterans almost wiped out there. Kashyyykin almost leveled. Ogrins are level 2. Even Terminators, as you can see, are backing away from those guys. More shield walls. Oh, there's another Tyrant Guard. Did have a 4th one, apparently. Did this guy level up? Manticore didn't quite level up. What am I hearing? Am I hearing you guys firing? I feel like I'm hearing some, like, melter gun fire in the background. I don't know where it's coming from. Lorenzo, the Hive Tyrant, some decapping now. The Princess is back on the east side, though, with a tank, so may take it back. In fact, looks like it is going to be taken back. Both their natural points over there got decapped, though. So they are hurting on resources right now. Assault squad jumping into a really bad neighborhood. And they get torn apart and tossed aside. There's that Leman Russ, gone for Vanquisher here. Maybe expecting a Land Raider Redeemer, and there is one on the way from Inakura. Single cap from the blue team. Level 5 Techmarine. That Signum is a pretty big deal. There it is with overcharged plasma. Looks like he marked the other guy though. I wonder if it drifted in the front of it when he was selecting the target there. He seemed to be shooting at the other one. Double cap for blue team. Have they done enough? East side is turning red. Look how blue the map is though. I think they have done enough here. I'm not sure if the Land Raid is even going to make it onto the field. A rocket run just to keep them back. Brave Force Commander goes in. He's only level 2 though. He's not going to last long in there. Did any of them hit level 4, these guys? Yeah, level 4 Tyrant Guard. 33, 27 hit points over there. Techmarine being tied up. Can't do much. Vanguard veterans are fighting for their lives on the east side, but they have to run. Now Likebeat has a Leman Russ, also gone for Vanquisher. Was expecting a bunch of Executioners, but I guess not. Hey, the Land Raider did make it out, but the red team have conceded at the end there. Those Tyrant Guards, they just couldn't deal with them. They did an amazing job. Backed up by the Zone Thropes, and of course, this guy to deal with in your face as well. I mean, they got all the plasma guns. Was there much more they could have done? I think it started when NobleDemigod had that really bad fight over here when he got flanked. I think that was the start of it. They struggled to recover from that. They kept in there though. They kept capping, kept going. What did we have? Level 3 Lord Commissar, a level 6 Hive Tyrant, a level 5 Lord General. Does have the medical sergeant fella in there. Apothecary level 4. I did have Armor of the Apothecarian. I don't think I noticed full auto being used. I'm sure it was though. Level 2 Force Commander. And a level 5 Techmarine. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.